Hello and welcome to Becoming Abundant podcast. I am your host, Anna Maria Jinga, and this is our side of the internet where we get to speak about true abundance, personal authority, emotional optimization, and the pure power of alignment, all while living in the presence and guidance of God Himself. I am a holistic coach and mentor focusing on healing the emotions keeping you stuck so that the mind and body can align and live a limitless life. We all have a mission and a purpose, and I am here to help you unchain from what's been holding you back to actually live in your full potential. Think of it as transformative triggering in the best possible way. The time has come to live a life you love. Let's dive in. Hello, my darlings, and welcome to this week's episode. I am your host, Anna Maria Jinga, and I'm really excited for today's episode. So let's dive in. But first, First, I want to congratulate each and every one of you who has done the homework from our previous episode, who has replied to me in a text message or email and has opened up to your own experiences through which you've grown and expanded more. And I'm so grateful that I get to kind of peek into your lives from what you're sharing with me. So thank you so much. I celebrate you for taking the steps to take care of you and to learn more about you and to discover you more. Congratulations, you freaking rock. I love it. I love you. And today's episode, we're going to dive even deeper into more understandings because the more we understand things in our lives, the more we wrap our heads around things that may not have a clear explanation, the better and more joyous and more abundant our life is. So today's episode is actually called Making Space for the Miracle. Now, I know you guys have heard me in the past episodes speaking about, hey, it's time to make space for a miracle. And we get to uncover what that actually means. When I say making space for the miracle, what is actually a miracle if you think about it? It's a wonder, it's a sign, it's something that cannot be explained with a logical human mind. But they do exist, and we have many of them, even now, not just back in the Bible. But are we ready to see the miracles? Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't see the miracles when they even happen to us because we keep focusing on the negative things. So, when I do speak about making space for the miracle, it's not just the actions that you need to take to kind of create the space for the miracle to happen. It's also the beliefs that you need to teach yourself to have in order to be able to see the miracles. And I will actually give you an example from a recent miracle I've heard of in our local church that we go to. A few weeks ago, our pastor was sharing a beautiful testimony from one of our community members in our Calgary Life Church. This beautiful man, he's a doctor, and a few months ago, I believe last winter, was diagnosed with cancer, stage 4 terminal cancer. Everything was spread out through the body. He was not well. He was not well. The doctors mentioned that he only has a few months to live, so go home and take care of your paperwork, make your things ready for you to pass. And he did not want to accept that. He came to church. He spoke with our pastor. They started working on prayer and commitment. And he said, I need to make this happen. I cannot die like this. We're not allowing this to happen. So part of him, the logical part, the doctor part, knew that this cannot be fixed anyway, logically. It's spread everywhere. It cannot happen. But deep inside of him, he knew that his faith was bigger than his diagnosis. And so he started praying. He started praying at home. He started praying with a pastor. He started working on his faith. And he didn't speak about it to his extended family. It was just him and his wife who had pure conviction that this can be healed through Christ. And because he didn't want to share this with his whole extended family, it was actually because they would take the diagnosis and constantly remind him of it instead of allowing his full faith in God to heal him. So him and his wife got focused. They started praying. They started working together in full faith. A few months later, he started going back to his work, to his practice. He started going part time, then full time. And sometime in August, this past August, his full tests came back negative. He was completely healed. So he came to our church to share the good news that despite the diagnosis of terminal cancer and in May he should have passed, it was August and he was fine. And he was more than fine. He was completely healed because he made space for the miracle. And let's dive into this. There are 3 ways that you can make space for the miracle. One is the clarity of what that miracle will look like. 2 is the action that you will take to make space, to create space in your busy, chaotic clutter. Make space for the miracle, the action. And 3rd is the belief, faith, full conviction in who the miracle is being performed by. So when you think about clarity, what did let's take our example with our community member, with our doctor. What did he have? He had full clarity that in Christ, he will be able to be healed. 1, full clarity. That was it. That was the miracle that he was looking for. Full healing of his body, clear of cancer, clear of everything. 2, the action that he took was that not only did he pray, not only did he work with his wife in full conviction, so the circle around him was resonating the same frequency and the same focus as him, he also created the space around him for only that. No other family members knew because, and I believe my pastor used this as a saying, you would kill me with your love and with your pity and with your worry and with all of the things that when we don't know how to take care of our emotions, we go into that space of let me fix you with my worry because, oh my God, are you feeling okay? How are you right now? What has gotten worse? Stop talking about it. Stop talking about your problems because you're only feeding the problems. So he took action to create the space for the miracle. He had the clarity, he took the action. 3rd, he had faith. He believed that the one who creates the miracles, the God who created us and gave us life, is capable and able and worthy to create the miracle for him. And his focus was straight on ahead, seeing only God and knowing only God, and that was it. So clarity, action, and faith. That is how you create a space for the miracle. And if you think about it, that is the only thing that will get you what you want. The miracle can be anything. The miracle can be a better job. The miracle can be a healthier body. The miracle can be a baby you've been wanting for so long. The miracle can be, hey, I want a bigger house for us. I want to move countries. I want to change the world. I want to be able to pay for my groceries without stressing. Whatever the miracle is, the miracle can happen when you make space for it. And because of this ability for us to have control over creating the space for the miracle, because that is within our control, full transparency. You are able to control how you create space for the miracle with clarity, action, and faith. That's it. But the thing is there's one bonus focus that I really believe you need to keep in mind when creating said space for the miracle. Don't listen to the logical mind, because a miracle is a wonder, is something that is impossible made possible, is something that defies human logic. It's something that defies medical systems. It's something that defies common sense. It's walking on water. It's healing from cancer. It's creating a baby out of thin air. It's that. It's when everyone says that cannot be done, but you're doing it. So, my question for you as a homework and as a focus for the next week and moving forward is, what do you need to do to create your own miracle? What do you need to do to create the space for your miracle? Think about it. Think about it, journal it, pray about it, sit with it. And don't forget to send your answers, send your questions, send your comments, send your insights to info@becomingabundant.net. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. If you haven't started already, we are in week 3 of our amazing and fabulous 30-day challenge to becoming abundant. I have some really interesting insights from some of you guys that are going through this. And I'm really excited to create a little conclusion at the end of this whole month. So I'm very excited to share that with you. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to either my Substack or my newsletter. In both of those, I will be sharing something exciting really soon, probably by next week, probably by this week. So if you're not subscribed yet to my newsletter, I will add all the details in our description here. So make sure you subscribe. And with that, my loves, I'm very excited to read your answers, to hear about them if you want to send me an audio. I love my friends who actually listen to our podcast and send me audios after that. You guys rock. I love you. I so love you. Thank you again for joining, for tuning in for this week's episode of Becoming Abundant podcast. And until next week, be blessed and may mercy, peace, and love be multiplied to you. I love you. Thank you. And goodbye.